And welcome back, everybody, to the Brody File, where we are monitoring snakes on the ground. We never know where they're gonna get us. They literally could stop this show in its tracks. If that's the case, we will tape this show from the hospital. All right, time for Jenny in the B Block. Let's take a look at what she's got on tap this week. It's Hispanics, it's voters, it's the 2012 election, and yes, evangelicals as well, all wrapped into one. And here she is, Jenny in the B Block, starring on the Brody File.
Thanks, David. I want you to take a look at this map. The states that are highlighted in yellow: Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, New Mexico, and Texas. In these states, Hispanics make up at least 16% of the population. In some of them, it's much more. Now consider this: Colorado, Florida, and Nevada, they're all swing states. Two other swing states, Virginia and North Carolina, also have Hispanic populations of more than 8%. This is precisely why Hispanic voters play a dynamic role in this presidential race. But here's the thing. Although pundits and politicians spend a lot of time talking about the Hispanic or Latino vote, Hispanics don't make up a monolithic voting bloc. They're Mexican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Salvadorian, the list goes on. Their opinions span the political spectrum and are increasingly independent. A recent Gallup poll found more than half of Hispanics identify as independent. 52% of those lean Democrat, 23% lean Republican. Immigration policy is, of course, a major issue for most Hispanic voters.
If a candidate emerges that is buying into the hyperbole and the rhetoric that is anti-immigrant or anti-immigration, that candidate is going to have a difficult time climbing up the proverbial Latino hill. Good luck. Buena suerte. They're going to need it.
But consider this, nearly 2/3 of Hispanics were born in the U.S., and although it's likely they have family or friends who are personally affected by U.S. immigration policy, they're American citizens, concerned about other issues facing the nation, namely the economy and jobs. Still, President Obama scored major points with Hispanics when he announced certain young, undocumented immigrants will no longer be deported.
Children of undocumented immigrants have no recourse. They can't go back to their own country. They are not accepted here, and we cannot create a subclass by denying them continuing education.
After a rocky start, Governor Romney is working with Hispanic leaders to create a new narrative to reach Hispanic voters. He's reaching out specifically to evangelical leaders like Reverend Rodriguez. He says immigration policy should be approached from a biblical worldview, with Leviticus 19 and Romans 13 in mind. Compassion for the stranger while respecting the rule of law.
It's nothing to do with politics. Immigration may very well be the saving grace of American evangelicalism in the 21st century. When we discuss immigration reform, it has nothing to do with whether or not you're conservative or liberal or amnesty or secure the borders. This has to do with the future of American evangelicalism. The fastest growing segment in the evangelical church in America lies embedded in the immigrant community.
Hispanics also make up the fastest growing segment of the general population. David, by 2050, Hispanics will make up almost 30% of America's population.
That's Jenny with no last name in the B Block. All right, when we come back, more on this outreach to Hispanic voters, because we've been on the ground here. We've seen what the Obama campaign is doing and the Romney campaign. We're going to have a detailed report when we come back.